telescoping magnet to try to get the metal out. And of all things, a back scratcher, because we've tried to pull out some of the insulation before and it wouldn't work, so we're going to give it a shot. A couple rivets coming out. So it's working. I'm getting tons of pop rivets. All right. Now that that's done, I think that's my project for today. A little bit of work, nothing too strenuous, because it's still really 92 degrees here in Florida and it's hot. No breeze, no nothing. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe. As soon as the insulation gets here, we will start foaming. So have a great day. Bye. Good morning.
Hi guys, how you doing?
We are in a gloriously cool 74 degrees. There's a cold front coming through, so we're going to work our butts off today on the bus before it starts getting hot. We are loading up the Jeep and heading out to do the wheel wells and to finish leveling the floor. What else? Wiring if we get to it.
Wiring if we get to it.
Still have to do wiring.
Still more wiring.
So join us.
And men, you know all those old 2x4s that you keep hanging around the garage? And they tell you, oh, you'll never use them? Incorrectamundo. We are using them today.
See y'all in a bit.
Bye. Hi. So we're going to frame in the wheel wells. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the board just long enough to put pressure downward on the subfloor that we did by using this bit of chair rail as counter pressure. So that'll help hold it in place. We're going to glue it in place. We're going to screw it in place. So we're going to do everything we can to keep it in place, because we really don't want stuff moving around when we're driving.
All right, so the first piece is cut, and we're going to center it on the rib channel. That way we know where to screw, because everything will be lined up in a row. It widens the box by about an inch. Or two. But we haven't taken into account framing in our floor plan. So everything's going to be off by probably 5-6 inches by the time we're done with all the framing and positioning. So and that's what a trip to Starbucks does to my husband's ass.
And she still loves me.
Pilot hole for bigger.
That should be enough for the screw. Booyah. Do one on the other side here.
So we're just doing a loose mock-up here of how we're going to do this. The wheel wells have absolutely no insulation or insulating value, so we are going to fill a lot of this with foam. We're trying to decide what we're going to do with that big gap right there.
Foam.
And the other side, we've decided that the plywood is going to go on top of the chair rail because we're going to have framing around the bus, straight up and down, all of the ribs.
So we're going to have this 2x4 sitting at the same height as the chair rail. So the top of this can sit on top of the chair rail, which gives it a solid base, plus the framing that we're going to make. So it's going to be a little excessive here around the wheel wells, but that's kind of how Aaron builds.
And since we want to keep with framing spaces with the ribs of the bus, we're going to lose a little bit. Maybe I could...
An inch total.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about ½ inch on each side. So that's all right.
All right.
Here we are.
Off we go. Sorry for the bad light, folks. So we've built our frame. We've done Loctite just as an extra. Extra. Line that up. We've got a little bit of space for insulation, which incidentally is exactly the width of a piece of our plywood. And it then squared up because the wheel wells are kind of curved to the outside. They're wider on the bottom. So now we gotta do is secure it. Started with our first up and down structural brace. We've kind of tack glued it, marked center. It's the same width up and down, edge to edge, from mid rib to mid rib, side to side. So it's as square as the bus is, which sometimes that's all you can hope for. Little piece of 1x2 fit absolutely perfectly as a spacer, just like we had hoped. So it's got something to brace against without creating thermal bridging. So yay. The second support frame is in. Technically, it's the third, because when we lined up to make sure that it was even on both sides, it had a big old warpy bow in it. And we couldn't figure out why it wasn't lining up, because we knew we had our measurements right. And then we came and looked at it from the side angle, and it had this big old bow in it. So we had to cut another one. So is bus life. Good morning, everyone. Back at the bus again. Oh, I should have brought the thingy to finish that. Anyway, we are back doing the wheel wells, and let's take a look at what we did last time we were here. It's easier if I just walk. So we got the wheel wells framed in. We're gonna finish those out. And 3 more to go. So every time we walk towards the back of the bus, we trip and fall in that dang hole. So what we did.
What's in the hole?
This is this is where the cover to the gas tank is on the top, where we replaced the sensor. So that's the hatch for it. So we built a 2-layered piece of plywood to fit here and then down into here. Put a little hole in it so we have some leverage. And voila! No more tripping on holes.